Have you ever felt that a woman's love is like a puzzle you can't solve? She says one thing, does another, and you're left standing there, baffled, trying to figure out what went wrong. Female love may seem like a mystery, but it's not a reason to despair. It's a complex yet beautiful part of human nature, and it can be understood if you equip yourself with the right tools. In this text, we'll uncover the secrets of female love, drawing on psychology and the ancient philosophy of Stoicism. These aren't just tips. They're true keys to understanding a woman, building strong relationships, and becoming the man she'll never forget. Stoicism, with its focus on inner calm, acceptance, and self-control, will become your superpower on this journey. We'll dive deep into the teachings of the Stoics to show how their wisdom can help not only in love, but in life itself. And at the end, a final secret awaits that will transform your understanding of female love. Female love is not just a romantic feeling. It's an intricate blend of emotions, intuition, expectations, and subtle signals that often leave men perplexed. She's not just looking for a partner, but for someone who can understand her inner world, sense her mood, and share her experiences. Her love can be tender and passionate, but demands a deep emotional connection. Unlike men, who are often driven by action and logic, women in love are guided by feelings. Her words, "everything's fine," might conceal a storm of emotions, and her silence can speak louder than any words. Why does this happen? Because female love isn't a linear process. It's a dance where every step reflects her inner state. Trying to understand it through logic alone is like reading a book in an unfamiliar language. This is where Stoicism comes in, a philosophy that teaches us to accept what we cannot control and focus on what lies within our power. Stoicism, founded by thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, offers wisdom tested by centuries. Its essence is simple yet profound. We cannot control the external world, but we can master our reactions, thoughts, and actions. In the context of female love, this means you can't change her emotions, expectations, or behavior, but you can change how you respond to them. Stoicism teaches us to maintain inner calm, even when her mood shifts faster than the wind or her words seem like riddles. Instead of getting frustrated or trying to fix her, you learn to be a pillar of support, preserving clarity of mind and emotional balance. This calmness isn't coldness, it's strength, showing her that you're someone she can rely on. Picture Marcus Aurelius, an emperor facing the chaos of the world, yet finding peace within his mind. In relationships, you can become such an emperor, someone who doesn't succumb to emotions, but acts with wisdom and dignity. The first secret of female love is her emotions, which act as a compass for her decisions. A woman chooses a partner not because he's the most successful or logical choice, but because he evokes the right feelings: safety, admiration, warmth. But these emotions are unstable. One day she's radiant with joy, the next she withdraws, and you're left wondering why. This can be disorienting, but Stoicism teaches us not to fight this wave, but to accept it. Epictetus said, "You cannot control what happens, but you can control how you perceive it." Instead of trying to fix her mood, simply be present. Your calmness, rooted in Stoic wisdom, tells her, "I'm here and I'm not afraid of your emotions." A practical tip: when she shares her feelings, don't argue or offer solutions right away. Just say, "I understand how you're feeling." This small step opens her heart because she feels her emotions are accepted. Stoicism teaches us to see her emotional nature not as chaos, but as beauty that requires patience and understanding. But how do you cultivate this calmness? The Stoics recommended the practice of reflection, or meditation on oneself. Each evening, ask yourself, how did I respond to her emotions today? Did I lose control? Could I have been more patient? This doesn't mean becoming an emotionless robot. On the contrary, Stoicism teaches you to channel your emotions to serve your purpose. In this case, strengthening your relationship. When you accept her feelings without judgment, you become a safe space where she can be herself. This is crucial because female love often hinges on trust. If she sees you're unafraid of her emotions, she'll open up more. Seneca once wrote, "Life is not a storm. Our mind makes it so." Applied to love, This means her emotional highs and lows aren't a storm, but part of her nature, which you can embrace with dignity. The second secret of female love is her expectations, which often remain unspoken. A woman seeks not only love, but also a sense of security, attention, and support. She may not say it outright, but she expects you to notice her mood, ask about her day, or support her in tough moments. For a man, this can feel like walking through a minefield. You want to please her, but don't know what she expects. Stoicism offers a different approach. Instead of guessing, focus on what's within your control. You can't read her mind, but you can be sincere and attentive. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do what is in your power and accept the rest as it is." In love, this means asking questions like, "What's important to you right now?" Or showing care through simple gestures, listening without distractions, doing something to ease her day. One mindful conversation can change everything because she'll feel you're genuinely trying to understand her. Stoicism also teaches the principle of amor fati, love of fate. In relationships, this means accepting her expectations, even if they seem illogical or challenging. Instead of getting annoyed that she doesn't speak directly, see it as an opportunity to grow. Ask yourself, how can I become more attentive? This doesn't mean you must guess her every wish. Stoicism calls for clarity. If you don't understand what she expects, ask. An open, honest dialogue is a sign of strength, not weakness. Women value a man who isn't afraid to be vulnerable and sincere. The Stoic practice here is simple. Every day, do something that shows you care, whether it's a small gesture or a deep conversation. Over time, her expectations will shift from a minefield to a map you learn to navigate. The third secret of female love is her tests. Have you noticed how she asks odd questions like, "Would you choose me or your career?" Or sparks an argument out of nowhere? These aren't whims. They're her way of testing your strength, confidence, and stability. Women subconsciously want to know if you can be their rock, even when things go awry. Stoicism teaches you to pass these tests with dignity. Epictetus said, "It's not events that disturb us, but our opinions about them." When she tests you, it's not an attack, but a chance to show your inner strength. Instead of getting defensive or arguing, stay calm and respond with a light smile. To a question like, "Do you like me as I am?" you might say, "I like you," especially when you ask questions like that. This shows you're in control and value her. To master these tests, the Stoics suggested premeditation, mentally preparing for challenges. Imagine her asking a provocative question and decide in advance how you'll respond. For example, tell yourself, if she says something that stings, I'll pause, breathe, and answer with confidence. This practice helps you stay composed, even when her words or actions stir irritation. Over time, you'll notice her tests become less frequent as she grows to trust your stability. Stoicism teaches that true strength isn't in loud words or domination, but in maintaining inner peace in any situation. Women sense this strength and are drawn to it because it gives them confidence in the future. The fourth secret of female love is her need for freedom. It may sound paradoxical. She wants to be with you, but also values her independence. A woman craves closeness, but needs to feel she's not losing herself in the relationship. She wants time for her hobbies, friends, or moments alone. If you try to control her or demand all her attention, she may pull away. Stoicism teaches the principle of non-attachment. You can love her without trying to possess her. Seneca said, "You must live in such a way that you hold nothing too tightly." In love, this means giving her space to be herself. Support her interests. If she wants to take a course or meet friends, say, "That's great, tell me how it went." This shows you trust and respect her freedom. Non-attachment isn't indifference, but mature love that doesn't fear giving the other person space. The Stoics taught that happiness depends on our inner state, not external circumstances. By trusting her and respecting her independence, you not only strengthen your relationship, but also grow more confident in yourself. The practice is simple. Whenever you feel the urge to control her or demand more attention, ask, "Is this truly in my power?" If the answer is no, let go. This doesn't mean you're losing her. On the contrary, you're giving her a reason to return to you with greater affection. A woman's need for freedom isn't rejection, but a way to preserve the uniqueness that attracted you to her. The fifth secret of female love is her vulnerability, which may seem like weakness, but is actually her strength. When a woman shares her fears, doubts, or worries, she's not complaining. She's entrusting you with her inner world. It's her way of saying, "You matter to me." But men often try to fix her feelings with solutions or dismiss them, thinking they'll pass. Stoicism teaches otherwise. Instead of controlling her emotions, just be there. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be like a rock against which the waves break." Your calmness and acceptance create a space where she feels safe. When she shares something personal, don't interrupt or rush to advise. Simply say, "Thank you for sharing. I'm here with you." Vulnerability is the heart of female love, and Stoicism helps you cherish it. The practice of meditation on oneself can help. Each evening, reflect on how you responded to her vulnerability. Were your words supportive? Did you show you value her trust? Over time, you'll see her vulnerability not as a problem, but as a chance to deepen your connection. Stoicism teaches that true strength isn't in avoiding emotions, but in accepting them with dignity. The more you embrace her true self, the deeper your bond becomes. This takes patience, but as Seneca said, great things are achieved not by strength, but by perseverance. The ultimate secret of female love is acceptance. A woman wants you to love her, not for who she could be, but for who she is right now, with all her emotions, quirks, and imperfections. Trying to change her is like saying, "You're not good enough." This erodes trust. Stoicism teaches us to accept what's beyond our control and focus on our own reactions. In love, this means seeing her true beauty, even when she doubts herself. Epictetus said, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish for them to happen as they do." The next time she's upset or acts in ways you don't expect, remind yourself, "I choose to love her as she is." Tell her, "You're dear to me just as you are." Acceptance isn't passivity, but an active choice. The Stoics taught that happiness comes when we stop fighting reality and start working with it. In love, this means seeing her imperfections not as flaws, but as unique traits that make her special. The practice is simple. Each day, find something you appreciate about her and express it. It could be her smile, her passion for her work, or even her habit of asking tough questions. When you accept her unconditionally, you forge a bond that no challenge can break. Stoicism teaches that love isn't possession, but a choice to stand by her, no matter what. Now you know that female love isn't a mystery if approached with understanding and stoic wisdom. Her emotions, expectations, tests, need for freedom, vulnerability, and above all, the need for acceptance. These are the keys to her heart. Stoicism makes you calm, confident, and authentic, the kind of man she values most. But how do you apply this wisdom? Start small. The next time she shares her feelings, listen and accept her. Pause, breathe, and recall Marcus Aurelius's words. You have power over your mind, not external events. This small step can transform your relationship. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy of love, but a philosophy of life. It teaches us to be better not only for her, but for ourselves. Each time you practice acceptance, patience, or non-attachment, you grow stronger, wiser, and closer to living in harmony with yourself. Female love isn't a battlefield, but a journey where you learn to understand not only her, but also yourself. Start applying one Stoic principle today. For example, keep a journal, as the Stoics did, and note how you reacted to her emotions or tests. Over time, you'll find her behavior less puzzling and your responses more mindful. In conclusion, female love isn't a puzzle to solve, but a picture to learn to see. Stoicism gives you the brush and palette: calmness, acceptance, patience, and clarity. Use them to create a relationship that's not only passionate, but deeply meaningful. Love isn't about everything being perfect, but about being there, even when it's not. As Seneca said, we suffer not from things, but from our perception of them. Change your perception of female love, and you'll see it transform from a mystery into a gift. Start today, and you'll become not only the man she'll never forget, but a person who lives in harmony with himself and the world.